I hit it. I hit it. We live.
We
Hey,
live.
Tone.
Are
Welcome
we
to the conversation.
we are live. We are live. Chocolate Crown, what's happening? Appreciate you joining us on this Sunday evening. Episode number 30.
Nice.
3.0.
Number 30. So that means that shows a little bit of consistency, a little stick to itness, um, commitment, wanting to be here, even when in the beginning we only had a couple people viewing, but now we getting some traction and some steam. So shout out to the co-host Mary, because without you, none of this is possible.
Eminem.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, Instagram? I appreciate Instagram checking in. But yeah, this is episode number 30. Um, through the month of March, we were spotlighting business owners, people who offer services. Um, like I just told our guests, we're trying to build
Volume
our
check.
own community, our own bridge, um, our own networks, so that
Yeah,
the things we create stay with us, you
And
know,
stay in our community.
and stay in our hands and stay in our control, so we can dictate the outcomes of these things.
absolutely.
And that's this phone, and I apologize for that.
The brand new phone.
Yeah, um, yeah, we might have to go.
Hey, Shakina. Thank you for joining us. We still
But
spotlighting people.
yeah, I appreciate everybody checking in. But yeah, we just have to do a better job of holding on to what's ours. We create things and we give them away too easily. We don't fight for them. It seems like, um, and then we wonder why people could come in our communities and really suck the wealth out of it, suck the life out of it, suck everything out of it till we don't have anything left for ourselves. So um, this was just a space where we could just build with each other, with each other, network with each other. If you got friends on the West Coast, I mean, listen, it's 2021. That those miles in between, we can cut those down real quick with internet
Hmm.
and social media and things like that. So we're just trying to build a platform where we all could come and learn and laugh and make some money together and show other people how to make money and
Yep.
that kind of thing. So I do want to thank our guest for joining us. I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, brother, because I do appreciate you joining us.
No, I appreciate y'all having me. It's 2020 was a year for everybody to adjust, either pick up, find out who they truly are, or, and I'm sorry to say this, but literally kind of drop off the earth. Because
Mm.
we have been in, for the last year and a month, we've been in turmoil within our country, within Black Lives Matter, and us just finding ourselves as human beings, us as Black people, and us as individuals. So when I feel as though 2020 should have been a chance for us to really ignite and unify together as a community, whether it be for, Black Lives Matter, the situation that happened with George Floyd and the other young brothers that, lost their life due to cops in 2020. And also with us just trying to combine with each other, like we were talking before we started, just keeping a black dollar within our own community. And
Mm-hmm.
that's something that we don't do and that we should strive to do, because all other ethnicities and ethnic backgrounds, they do that, but we're the only ethnicity where we don't do it.
Yep. Do me a favor, brother. Introduce
Hmm.
yourself. Cause you giving up game. You
Right.
can't give
Right.
game if
Yeah.
people don't know your name, brother.
Yeah, exactly, you're right. I thank y'all for joining the show, but my name is Chris. Well, Christopher Timberlake, that's my full name. You
Slim
can catch
Timberlake.
See, stop it, Eminem.
Okay,
Stop
my bad.
it.
I'm coming back. I apologize.
Y'all can catch me on Instagram at cr_Timberlake. Also, the same name is on TikTok. My website is speakandseek.com. You can catch me on there. My merchandise is on there. My merchandise also is on Instagram as well. Just click on my link tree. I'm also a published author of one book right now. I'm working on my second book and my third book at the same time. So I'm trying to multitask. But you can get my book, Speak What You Seek, The Power of Selection, on Amazon, or you can click on my link tree bio, and you can get it through there from me directly, and I'll sign it for you and I'll send it all to you.
I appreciate it. Like and we'll get a little bit more in depth with you about, where they can purchase and what they can purchase and
Absolutely.
that kind of thing. But in the beginning of the show, we just kind of, build off of, what's going on in the world and in our communities. And
Okay.
it's always,
And we chew the fat.
it's always a powerful thing, to talk about finances with our people. It's always,
Wow.
there's never a wrong time to talk that. So,
It
um,
never is. It never is.
because listen, and Mary know I use the word current for currency and energy and that kind of thing, and those words are all synonymous with each other. And a lot of time we give away our energy, which is our current,
Mm.
which equals your currency, and we do too much of it. So, like you
Yeah.
said, what's up, Swanee G? Appreciate you checking in. Camp, hey, April, what's up? I appreciate everybody checking in. Episode
Swanee, I tried to get a gyro today and they was closed.
30. Episode 30, we got brother Chris joining the conversation this Sunday. And we really going off top right now. We're going to dig deep and go into some topics and things like that. But we just talking about us and ways that we could come up with solutions, because we know there's a million things that we could point to, but we need to start getting some answers. So if you
Absolutely.
out there and you got answers to any of these things, man, you got to go ahead and get them up, man. Give them up. You can't sit on the knowledge and the information. We got to go ahead and share this information. So,
And
um,
if I can interject on that, that's one thing that, how can I say this? I'm gonna
Like you
just say
say,
it.
because we in the living room with family talking about chocolate crown with kings and queens.
I'm gonna just say it. I truly, truly dislike the fact that we hold information from one another.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and I use this analogy when I talk to people, when I get phone calls about motivation or uplifting, whatever the topic is. But I think about AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, like all these cell phone companies. They sell the same phone for different prices, but they all have the same product. So
On the
why
same towers.
exactly? So why is it that us as black people, we can't gather information from each other? I don't care if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing. Why can't we gather information from each other, tag team, and build wealth together, instead of like saying, "Oh, well, I know this information and I don't want to give it to you." It's like, for what? Like, I think the basis of it is we don't want to see somebody get above us that we think is below us. And
It,
mhm.
with our like with our thoughts control a lot of things, which I know a lot of people do know that, but our thoughts are the basis and the start of what we do and how we do things. So in turn, your thoughts turn into actions, and your actions turn into results, and your results can be either negative or positive, depending on which direction you're going in.
100%. 100. You had one of them bad days. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed, man. If you don't redo this thing over, this is going to snowball like into something
Exactly.
awful. It start off as a small thing, but if you don't catch it, then it continues to snowball and it becomes something so big. So yeah,
Yep.
man, listen, you hit the nail on the head with that one. You definitely did. I want to shout out to my brother Benjamin Tate. He hasn't checked in a while, but congratulations to him and his new wife because they got
Congratulations,
married.
Benjamin.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, so
I
that's
saw the pictures too. It was really nice.
yeah, B. So congratulations. That's a brother from back in the day, man. You know, doing big things, controlling the family, and then you know, if we had a place where we trying to build, man, like families could come and join this thing, so there won't be no they holding on to that information, so we can't know. No. You know, Chocolate Crown come right here, and you gonna get some answers. You gonna get something because if I bring you on here, or if Mary bring you on here, there's a connection to that person, and we think that they got information that can help our whole little community out. And listen, like I said, it started with two of us. It was just me and Mary, just throwing ideas off each other. And then now we got friends who watch this thing all over the country. And she got friends down in the islands who watch the show. So
That's
that's
awesome.
how this thing,
Invite me to come back.
yeah, snowballs.
They know
like
that's my real home.
snowballs like that. That's really, really how this goes. So one idea that we may have on Chocolate Crown that Brother Chris may come up with, it snowballs and turns into something huge. So
Definitely.
no idea is too small. You know, a lot of times we'll sit on it. We'll be thinking about the judgment zone, and if people gonna judge us, man, listen, don't worry about what people gonna think.
Ooh, can I say
Don't do
something
that.
about
You
that?
ready to jump into the
Can
rope
I?
again?
Yeah,
Can I say something
yeah,
about that?
yeah.
All right. One thing I learned from I was on a Zoom call yesterday with one of my mentors, and he said for us to be able to be successful, we have to stop caring about what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
And I really and truly see that. And let me just say before I continue, when I speak, I want y'all to know that I speak from experience, and I don't just speak out my rear end. So I'm saying this is because I've seen people on Instagram, I've seen people on Facebook front like they're truly doing something, but you know them in real life and they're really not doing anything. And it's like, wait a minute, you want to front for the gram, but I know you in real life and you're not doing what you're saying you're doing. Like right now, I'm in the process of my brand Speak What You Seek. I'm in the process of um building off of that, doing different things. But people that know me, they see what I'm doing, they understand what I'm doing. And my last, and Mary, you can contest it, as you know, my last what 5 years of my life have been very, very challenging, and this is why I started doing what I'm doing. But the simple fact that I I have a story to tell, and I want other people to know, whether you've been through a divorce, whether you've been through being in jail, whether you've been through being overseas in the military, whether you've been through being homeless, there's always hope. No matter how you look at it, there's always hope. And no matter what you go through, if you're still alive, you're still able to breathe, you're still able to walk, you're still able to write, you're still able to run, you're still able to drink, have fun, however you want to put it. You have to look at the better side of things. Like, I call myself an optimistic person because I don't want to I don't want to think about the bad things, because where I think and where I draw my energy to, those are the things that happens. So if you're looking to progress in life, just think about the positive. No matter what situation that you're in, there's positive in the negative, and that's what people fail to realize. So
Yeah, we was just teaching a class, and a lot of times the uncomfortable is scary. You know what I'm saying? People
exactly.
the not knowing is scary. People love to live in a comfortable situation because they know the same thing is gonna come over and over. That's why you'll get somebody who stays at a job for 40 years. But then they'll
Yeah.
complain that they're getting the same amount of money. But
Mhm.
you haven't pushed yourself to go through that darkness. You haven't
Mhm.
pushed yourself. And I'm not, listen, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not religious. Sorry for my people out there who are. Now, nothing,
I'm spiritual right there with you.
yeah, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with if it makes you better. Nothing wrong with it. But you said something that was profound to me because in the beginning you get you with your thought, and then I know in the Bible in the beginning is the word. But before you get the word, you have to have that thought. That
Mhm.
thought is the initial thought that allows you to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hate that they use the word they use it in a derogatory noun. Off, females that are doing whatever they doing, they calling them thoughts now. And that I cannot stand that. I hate that with a passion
Mhm.
because thought was a was a god,
Mhm.
mythical, mythological. It was godly to it. The
Mm.
stories behind it was godly, and in the day and times we live in, thought's not the only name that they've trying to flip and put negative connotation to. They done it with ISIS.
Mm.
And we know what ISIS means, and we know who ISIS was, and they try to flip it and give it a negative meaning. So um, that power of thought, the power of energy, the power of being positive, the power of thinking positive, all of that. And I mean, I know Chris, you can speak to that, but it's like even in when you're having a bad day, it's about maybe pulling yourself out of that, getting off the phone, cutting off the computer, the TV, and trying to reset yourself
Yeah.
Mhm.
and give it a
Absolutely.
start over, man. There's nothing wrong with if it's 9:30 and you've been up since 6 o'clock, but you've been pissed off since 6 o'clock. You might have to go ahead and do this over. You might have
Exactly.
to rewind
Or
this.
take that long nap.
Yeah, because everybody's getting it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who
Mm-hmm.
crosses paths with you is like you the bulldozer.
Mm-hmm. They
A
they
lot
they
of
feel your energy.
yes,
And they
very
try to absorb your energy and maximize it, but then when you quantify the quality of what you have and say, okay, well, that's a service that I provide and the charge is, and you say whatever the number is, then they're like, well, but we was just sitting here
Listen.
talking over some coffee, or you was my supervisor back in the day. Like, why can't I just come to you and ask? Okay, I was your supervisor, so I'm already your mentor. Like, I'm already in place. Why
Mm.
not pay for the knowledge? You know I'm going to drop it real for you. So why is it a challenge in giving me the value of my voice?
It's black people. Like I'm being so serious. It's us and it, all right. It's us, and the reason why I say it's us is because you have black people that go to these Asian hair stores. They don't ask those Asian people for a discount. They pay the price that is posted on the hair or whatever product that they're purchasing. But
Absolutely.
when it comes to us, first thing that happens, oh, let me get a discount. Oh, let me get this. Let me. It's like, why? If you're my friend, if you're a family member, why can't you support me and pay what everybody else pays? Like
Mm-hmm.
like we get more support from strangers than we
Yep.
do from our family and from our friends. And I'm saying this because I can contest to this. Since being on TikTok, which I started in January of this year, I've gotten more book sales and I've gotten more merchandise sales from people on TikTok that I don't know, from Alabama, Georgia, California, Oklahoma, Boston, Massachusetts, New York, and I've gotten a few sales in Philly, but mainly they've been out of state.
Mm.
And I don't under, and I can't say that it's just us here in Philly. I know it's probably like that in other states, but since I'm from Philly, I only can talk about Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that for us, support, I don't know if so I don't know what the word support means to us as a whole. But
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, support means if you can support me by purchasing my book or purchasing merchandise or you can support me by like sharing what I post. If it's a
How about
specific
that?
post that you like, sharing is free.
Even if you don't like it, you can share it. That's support. That's currency. That's
Exact,
helping the marketing plan.
man. Listen, y'all talking
I'll tell
today.
you this. I'll tell you this. Part of the problem that I see is when I talk to young people and I talk about finding your gifts and talents and what you're great at a very young age. See, a lot of people, we get caught up in our kid, he's supposed to be a football player or a basketball player. When you put them in this little box, everybody's not going to be great. So for the most part, people don't know how and what greatness feels like. So when they see it come out of the areas that they come out of, it looks foreign to them. They have no idea what greatness is. They never
Exactly.
touched it. That's why you could get people who, for instance, you'll have, for lack of a better comparison, you'll have a Michael Jordan and a LeBron James argument. But why is it we
Mm,
got to pick sides? You
mm.
can't see the greatness in both?
Right.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
they can't because they've been average their whole life. So they can't see LeBron James and Michael Jordan being great. A
Mm,
lot of that comes in this culture that doesn't belong to us
mm.
because we would never compare. Like I can be great and Chris can be great. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. But a lot of this outside, I guess, outside judgment, it don't start with us. It start with somebody who can't be great at all.
Mm.
So you have, for instance, I don't know if anybody watches Undisputed or First Take or those shows in the morning where they talk about
I
sports.
do.
It's usually a small, unathletic white man who's talking about arguably the greatest black person that played the sport there is. And he has an
Mm-hmm.
opinion that we're validating by watching these shows. We're validating somebody's opinion like a Skip Bayless through a Shannon Sharp. A Skip Bayless should not even be in the same conversation with a Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp put in so much work and
Mm-hmm.
became a champion at what he did. He gets to talk to a regular white man about this. Like this
Absolutely.
is the society we live in. They can be very, very average. And you gotta be the greatest tight end that ever played to get in this conversation.
So I
Mm-hmm.
want to reframe the word can't,
Right.
because everybody has the opportunity to the same applications that they put forth and apply. So if we're sharing resources, yeah, somebody else could do the same research that you did, but why not help them a little bit further? But if you're in the mindset of I can't and you're refusing to drop the T and make it a can, that's a choice. You're choosing to have that scarcity mindset, that limit setting, and saying that, okay, I only deserve the level in which I allow myself to apply, versus applying, you've tried it. So because you've tried it, it's not a failure. It might not have worked out the first time, the second time, the sixth time, the 20th time, but you keep trying and you keep resetting the table so that you can see from a different perspective what you didn't consider the time before. So we got to drop that T and make it a can, and figure out where it is that our piece of the puzzle into the conversation is going to make change happen, or however it is that we're trying to elevate and grow not only ourselves but the people who we serve.
You know
Yeah.
what's
And
crazy? It is no, go ahead, Chris. Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. I was just going to say, when we say we can't, soon as we say that, it switches something in our brain where we automatically say to ourselves, I can't do it, or it's impossible to do. And like Mary said, if we change that can't into can, you know, we're already powerful beings as black people. We're already
Absolutely.
powerful. But if we change that can't, if we change that can't into can, man,
I
I,
know, and I agree,
That's a
Chris.
currency right there.
Listen, I agree with you 100%. We are powerful, but we be our own worst enemy. We be our own worst enemy.
oh,
So I can't. So I don't know how to do it, but I won't go ask how to do it. I'll
Mm.
continue to look stupid and not get to the end result because I can't come ask Mary and Chris, how did y'all get there?
Oh, I got a question. So let me ask y'all this. Now, do y'all think that stems from our our parents and our grandparents, that we don't act like they try to build us up so strong where we say we can't or we shouldn't ask for help? Like, where do you
Mhm.
guys think that stems from?
It is taught, and we're taught a lot of things that transition or transfer into being like a microaggression. And so, like, in the fact that we're taught these microaggressions, it limits our mindset in regards to where it is that we even think that we can exist. So, like, as a woman, I'm told I'm supposed to have certain roles and do certain things, but I have to be, I mean, today will probably be a word that people are using, it, submissive. But not only submissive in my relationship, my submissive to life in general, on what it is that I can project into, which is a false narrative. Like,
Mm.
it's putting a whole filter on the ability, but usually it comes from whatever the culture of your family is, because they plant the seeds of the download, and then media sets, like, confirms the download that they gave. And then unfortunately we end up having experiences when we go into different zip codes, different offices, whatever, that reinforce all of the naysaying, the can'ts, and all of that stuff that we already believe that we can't do. Like, it's reconfirmed. And so we're burdened, and we get stuck in being burdened about it, as opposed to seeking whatever resource, be it a coach, be it a book, be it whatever it is, that's going to help that ability to make sure that you get what it is that you need. Like, you
Mm.
invest in yourself at the highest level. So if somebody says, okay, it's going to take 12 sessions over the course of a year, and by the end of the outcome is going to have this particular service, then it's like, okay, bam, I'm willing to do that. As opposed to, oh man, this costs $5,000. I don't know what I could do with $5,000. But if you sit there and track your receipts, you spend $5,000 at the hair store, you spend $5,000 with Uber Eats, you spend all of this on these superficial transitional things that's not important, but yet investing in yourself you think less of. Or if you're a parent, sometimes you like, okay, well, I'm gonna do all of my $5,000 towards the kids and not really think that I need anything. There's some balance to that, but you can't always put yourself second. If you do that, then it's consistently the same, like you staying in that microaggression, negative, I can't do something. We could do whatever it is we put our mind to and
Hell
invest
yeah.
in.
You
Amen.
better believe that. You better believe that. And you got to think, you got to, a lot of times,
Thank you,
and
Jody.
I just spoke, I have mentoring session, and just talking to a lot of people, they don't know how to really give themselves credit. They don't know how to spot the small victories that they go through every day.
Mm.
Because in my life skills and life coaching sessions that I have, and one of the things that I learned from football, and that's what I really do. I teach football to regular common folks in layman's terms. Like, a
Mm.
Mhm.
lot of the cliches and statements that I've learned from football take you beyond this world. Beyond this world. So you gotta find the smallest victories on this journey, or you'll live in misery. Like, you will
Mhm.
be
Absolutely.
miserable. And a lot of times we could look on Facebook and see it. People spilling their blood and spilling their life. It's, oh my God. You like, can I
Yeah.
help you? Can I save you? What can I
Mm.
do? Because you are falling. And it's like, a lot of people will be in a relationship, but they hurting inside. They don't know how to heal themselves. And they thinking healing's going to come from a relationship. Healing's going to come from outside of them. And it's never going to happen like that.
No.
I got somebody right now that I watch their posts, and I'm like, yo, they're in a relationship and their post is the most roller coaster ride. So I know that other person in the relationship is going cuckoo, straight, straight up losing it. Because if we don't do some healing on our own and fixing ourselves, and
There you
holding
go.
the mirror up and taking a real hard look, because I was there. I was at the height of football and got knocked off and fell off and was depressed and everything. And then
Mm.
at some point, it's like nobody knows what I've been through but me. So how about I take a real hard look at myself?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Sometimes,
I can't
mm.
lie to myself. You can't lie to yourself.
No, you can't. You
You
can't.
can lie to
You
everybody else.
can lie to
No, you
yourself. That
can
I
lie
think
to
that's when you say
yourself.
can.
You.
You don't want no. I wanted healing. I wanted to be fixed. So it wasn't gonna be no lying to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Football was over. It was a wrap. It was done. No more catching balls, no more touchdowns, no more none of that. So how do you pick up these pieces? How do you fix this? And I mean, you know, a segue into when the lights go out coming Thursday, 8 p.m. But that's where I was at. That's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? I
I
was
like that
stuck at
plug.
a place. You know how that go. You know how
Hey, yeah.
but I was stuck in a place in a rut. Like most of us get to a point where we have to
Mm.
have some self reflection, self evaluation, and say, what's my next step? What's my next move? Shout out Marcus Berkeley, the co-host of When the Lights Go Out,
Yes,
Thursday,
sir.
8 p.m. And we'll talk about it more towards the end of the show. But we gotta have some real talk and some real dialogue and put the mirror up in front of your face, wipe the mirror off, get your Windex, make it, you know what I'm saying? No filters on your phone. Take the filters off, ladies. You know what I'm saying? If your
Ooh,
eyelashes is
ooh,
little, your
mm,
eyelashes is little.
mm,
Love them little eyelashes. These things been huge since I was a kid. And they cracked on these things, but I love them. Because there
mm,
was one woman who rubbed them and said, I like these ears. That's all it took. That's all it. So find the best part of you. Find the best version of you. Look in that mirror and fix you. That's gonna make it easier for our community to come together. All of
yeah.
this is taking taking a hard look at yourself so we can all be better. That's what this is about. This ain't about nobody judging you because I ain't in the position to judge nobody, but I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
position to make a self-evaluation and ask you to do the same thing. What's up,
But
Chris?
it,
Go ahead, brother.
but it's not just the women that have filters on. It's the fellas
Oh
too.
no, I ain't
Thank
gonna say
you.
that.
It's the fellas too. And I can't really. All right. So me and my son. This is probably like maybe a month or two ago. Me and my son was watching Inside Out. And what I've noticed that the movies that the kids have nowadays are they're for the kids, but they're geared towards adults. If you sit and you really listen
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
watch, you'll see certain things. So me and him, we're watching Inside Out. So this one lady has said, um,
That's a great
like,
therapist movie, just by the way. I just had to say that.
listen, Mary,
It's a very
it's a movie that you really have. Like, if you have distractions, you'll miss you'll miss it. But if you don't have any distractions, I suggest and I would recommend for all the adults on here, even if you have kids or if you don't have kids, watch Inside Out and really pay attention and listen to what they say. So it was this lady in one part of the movie where she was talking about filters, and before they put the filter on, it was a scene with people in the audience, and it was a host and I think a guest, but they didn't look like human beings. It was like a round face, hands, and a body, but nothing was connected. So then the lady said in the news station, she said, "Hey, put the filter on." And then when she put the filter on, everything changed. You seen regular people, you seen people talking, you seen people with mouths and hands and ears and stuff like that. So to kind of zone in on the filters thing, we have a filter in front of our face every day. We have the choice and the free will and the opportunity, which I talk about in my book, Speak What You Seek, the Power of Selection.
yes,
But
yes.
we have the free will and we have the opportunity to either accept the filter or rub our eyes and say, you know what? No, I can't deal with this. I'm not dealing with the filter. I want the real thing. So in life, we have to want the real thing that we strive to get or that we strive to be is our authentic selves. So the filter is it can really damage it could damage our perception of what we see and what we hear from ourselves and either other individuals.
Yeah, boy, this is so. I want to ask. So through these
Let's
filters,
go.
are we seeing? So are we seeing like because what I'm seeing now is through the filters, people are making me believe that I'm seeing something that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at right now. We at a
Yep.
place where people, because you could go in your house and come up and do whatever you do and then come out to the world, and then I'm supposed to believe that you are naturally who you say you are.
It's
Like
it,
so
I-
so
mm,
so there in the very beginning of you not liking who you are or not whatever how you have however you got to this state. And a lot of times it's an awful way some of these people get to these states and they try to
yes.
use the filter so they don't see that state anymore. But we can see it. And the part of the problem is because of your what has happened, trauma, what trauma has happened to
Mm-hmm.
you. Now you want me to believe that that is okay, and that's not. And normally I go straight to it, and Mary no, but I'm trying to code this so heavily because I don't want algorithms and all that to shut me down. I already,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Hey, Chris, they done blacked me out a few times on Chocolate Crown, man. So
wow.
Yeah,
But I couldn't really see it, but I think Tawanda said technology.
the
So
age of technology. I'm sorry, I
yeah,
didn't have it up there long enough.
no, it's okay. The age of technology has really thrown us a loop. Remember back in the day where we literally we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have none of that, or if we did have it, our parents had it. We didn't have it. So what
right,
did we do in the summertime? I know for me, I remember waking up early in the morning, like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, going to knock on my homie's door, going to knock on somebody else's door. We got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people from the
everybody.
block. Exactly. We either sitting on somebody's steps or we're going to the park to play basketball, or we ride our bikes like dudes ride dirt bikes these days. Like we had fun.
Oh no,
But
you would look out in the front lawn and see 12 bikes. You know where everybody was at.
yep.
You
Mm-hmm.
come
But
down the
now
street, that's where all the homies was at.
exactly. But now it's like the filter that we the filter that we have right now is our cell phones, our tablets, and our computers.
And the
Those are the
keyboard.
filters we have. Exactly. Because we can like we see certain things, and like I said before, we see certain things that we know that that person is really not doing, and it's like, wait a minute, you saying this, but ultimately in your life, I'm not going to cuss, but I'm gonna say your life is trash. But like you're trying to put on this filter, you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and the
Mm-hmm.
Joneses are way past you somewhere, sitting on an island somewhere, but you on Instagram fishing for likes. When you fish for likes, you're just fishing for likes. That's it. You're not upgrading your lifestyle. You're not upgrading your life in reality. And our reality is not Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Our reality is what you see in front of your eyes.
But when you don't like yourself, would you have to like yourself first? You have to like everything about you, even if
Mm,
you say it has a flaw, because what you see as a flaw, somebody else compliments. And
true.
if you don't like yourself from the inside out, you can't even graduate to loving yourself, because now you living in these false narratives of not even liking yourself, and you're now a people pleaser trying to show up in the way that you think that the audience that you're serving, because you're serving that audience,
Right.
you come in to show up in what it is that you think will be approvable, and when they don't agree, then you go into yourself internally and begin to tear down from your mind all the way out. You
So
might
let me
begin to eat
go
so
ahead, Mary. I'm
much.
sorry.
You might
Hmm.
eat too much. You might have a sex addiction. You might have a drug addiction. You might have all these other things that you try to mask it with. But like,
Hmm.
if you don't like yourself, like, how you gonna love
Exactly.
yourself?
Exactly. So let me do this. I want to ask y'all two, and I want to ask the audience.
Okay.
Let's be transparent with everybody. What is it about? I just want to know. I'm not saying it's 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 different things. I just want to know one thing that you guys, I'm not gonna say don't like about yourself, but are in a process of changing. And I also want to ask the individuals that are watching, what is it about yourself, the one thing about yourself that you would like to either change or you're currently working on? And I'll go first. Me, procrastination.
I'm
It's
so
trans
proud of you that you said that.
it's transparency. So I'm like, I don't have a problem with saying that because I know that's something that I'm working on in certain aspects. With procrastination, I'm still working on it. But it's certain things about procrastination where I sit back and I say, you know what? No, you can't do that, because as soon as you do that, it's going to be a snowball effect into other things, which is something that you don't want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, who said that?
Somebody else
Earl,
said,
That's my
judgmental.
come on. That's my co-host. He talking about
All right,
procrastination,
Marcus,
and we got to show this
procrastination.
about the start.
All right,
y'all procrastinated on the start date.
We
So
procrastinated on that
see,
thought. No,
see,
hold on. That's not true. That's
that's
not.
not
There's a
true.
difference between procrastination and trying to get it how you want to get it.
Okay,
Because
reframe.
I've
All
been
right,
writing my book.
reframe.
Yeah, I'm smart. I know how to do this now. I know how to use words to make it fit what I'm trying to get across, man. That's what they've been doing to us for so long. That's why I read so many books, so I can flip it and make it sound good. Nah, but we have we have we have we have put it on the back burner for a while, but I think it's to give us our best opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because we just no. We've been up late night calling each other, working and doing things for the show. So I won't say that. But I know for me, um, the not the not caring, that I don't really give a F about a lot of stuff is my problem. Like I I'm and Mary, no, I don't give a sugar honey iced tea about a lot of stuff. Like it don't bother me because I expect the unexpected. Like
mm,
so when somebody and so for instance, I'm going to prepare everybody when Derek Chauvin or whatever that white man name get off for killing George Floyd. Don't be surprised. Like don't
mm,
be shocked. This is what
Right.
goes on. So
yeah, I've
I'm
been,
more. I live in reality with this thing, and I try not to let as I gotten older, not let my eyes lie to me, so I can
yeah,
prepare myself. It's not for
Mm-hmm.
anybody else. It's not to be harsh or sound harsh, but it's for me because I don't want to get my hopes and expectations up, and then it don't happen. So I don't
right,
give a stuff about a lot of things. Like I really could care less. Like I care about people. So when my people and the people that are on Chocolate Crown and following us, I see my people hurting in any way, I reach out. And Mary, no, I go to places and I do this for free a lot of times. I
mm,
reach out to our people. But I gotta get much better. And I will, where I'm like, now, and also it's not even I think the way I was raised, and Mark, and we'll go into this in the show in the future, but we were raised in a school district where there was a lot of rich white folks
mm,
who and in Pittsburgh, a lot of white people are very dismissive. So I took that and kind of flipped it. Like, no, they're not going to do that to me anymore. I'm going to do that to them. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? Thinking like I'm going to empower myself. So with me, it's just about like sometimes I gotta put that tough guard, but I don't care. I'm the angry black man, and I'll say it because not enough of us are that angry. That's why it keeps happening over and over and over and
Mm-hmm.
over. Like when you get really pissed off and angry, you're gonna stop whatever it is that's happening to you, and
mm-hmm.
we ain't stopping it, so we ain't that pissed off.
And they
I'm
already
still
paid
here,
the
y'all.
family, so the family is going to be used as a pawn to come on and tell us now, people, don't
Don't tear up nothing.
Don't tear up the community, this, that, and the third. They already paid them to be
These
that
young
pawn, that chess
people,
move. So we got to prepare ourselves. And I would suggest you go and get all your groceries and things that you need
Michael Paul,
before it happens.
that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? See, I ain't that bad. See, I love Michael Paul. And Michael Paul's a white man. I love him and his family. I die for them. You know what I'm saying? But he grew up like, so that color thing sometimes don't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just about who and what you are and the cloth you cut from a lot of time. And I know the cloth Michael Paul cut from. He got a crazy last name. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I ain't even trying that one. I'm not trying to, but thank you for being in the comments. If I'm to answer Chris's comment, I think he's still there.
Yes,
He
I'm
in the
still
dark.
here. I truly apologize. I am out right now. I had even though it's Easter, I really don't like celebrate Easter, but I was out with family and friends, and we still out. But I'm here.
Okay.
No, we appreciate it. We understand this. Listen, we understand it's Easter, and I understand I'm mad because Versus is going on, and this two legendary groups going on right now, and I want to party a little bit, but we here breaking bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
being committed.
It'll be a
being
replay.
Committed.
Exactly.
Everybody
Mary,
joining us and checking in with us.
Exactly.
We appreciate you as always. Salute.
But
we definitely appreciate you.
But you know they're gonna have a replay, so we can always go on YouTube or go on Versus and see that replay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the thing that I would share that my challenge that I'm working through or always working through is second guessing my ability. And not really second guessing it, but when the universe pours into me, I get fearful of what is shown to me through the universe. And I become exactly how I counsel other people. I know that on the other side is that victory and that greatest gift that I could ever have for not only for myself, but to all of those that I serve. And so I push myself through because I know that there's a gift and a journey again that's going to happen, and I'm going to continue to be elevated. But in my true, authentic self, when the universe, when I'm telling you, like, he be like downloading like stuff, and I be like, for real? You see what? I mean, I do have an international platform already. So, like, why would I doubt anything else?
Exactly.
I've been on networks. Why would I doubt anything else? So it's like just not getting stuck in whatever the pause is and being able to move forward. Like that's my whole scope of work.
And listen, Mary, I'll tell, hold on one second, Chris. And I'll tell Mary this, and I'll tell all the women out there, all the melanated women especially, y'all have a real gift, man.
Hell yeah.
When you apply yourself, you have a real gift. I've had meetings with Mary and conversations, and I try to tell her, like, listen, if I had that gift you have, I would be a problem because there would be no second guessing because you've shown and proved over and over and over and over. And like I told you, you're a genuinely nice person. So nice things happen to nice people. And that self-doubting and and not believing in yourself, I don't want to see it go to waste. I don't want to see you lose that special power. And any of the women out there, that special power, if you're not cultivating it, if you're not respecting it, if you're not cherishing it, you could possibly lose it. And we don't want you to lose that. So
and Mary, so I want to peel that back a little bit, but go ahead. Let me hear my full thing before I interrupt you.
And I'll just say, and then I'll let you go ahead. Listen, if you got those special powers, show them off, flaunt them, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There's a lot of ladies who follow Chocolate Crown. And we know the ladies, they emotional beings. Nothing wrong with it. But when you get an emotional being, you got to control that sometimes. And sometimes it'll put doubt on yourself. Don't put doubt on yourself. Do
Mary,
not big yourself up, ladies, because you dope.
Absolutely. Mary, let me ask you this. So everything that has happened for you, the good things, when everything manifests itself and everything starts to flow, did you ever have any hiccups in it?
the reality of being an entrepreneur is the life of hiccups. So and that's what I was thinking, what I was getting ready to say when I was like, okay, wait, let me be correct in listening to what Delrico was saying, because that's something that women do, is that when somebody's giving them their flowers while they're living and in the moment, they just innately just jump in and cut it off and canceling it. So you got to be aware when you're actually doing that.
But
But the thing,
it's not just y'all women too. We do it as well.
absolutely, absolutely. The other part is the life hiccups. I'm sorry. Yeah, the life hiccups is that sometimes those life hiccups or life interruptions are things that you believe that you would never experience. So when you experience them, I think for me, what I have learned about myself is what causes the concern of being hesitant. So when I realize that I'm falling into that old history, I'm like, oh yeah, girl, you got to snap out of it. Yes, you was homeless. Yes, you survived being homeless. Yes, you've been sexually assaulted. You survived all of that. You're not that person anymore. You have these things that are scars, but you got over them. You're a cancer survivor. You got over that. So, like, why stay stuck in the life interruption that causes the ripple and not just moving forward? But it's like just closure and confronting yourself in the most authentic level. As you say, speak to your vision. The vision is true. The vision is what's poured and downloaded into you, and we all have our own gifts and talents. And if you don't utilize them, you are in disobedience to your creator who poured it into you.
Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. I got you. That was profound right there. And the fact that those are the things that you overcame and you still standing, you're still doing what you're here to do
Mm-hmm.
is extraordinary. Don't ever let nobody take that away from you. And to all the other viewers out here, if you have something that you are trying to do that you want to do, continue to strive for it, continue to do it, continue to be uplifting to all the other individuals that you have in the world. And my son is knocking on the door trying
You
to
know
get
he
me.
got to be a part of
Yo,
Hey,
everything.
hey,
come here,
hey,
son.
Chris, can you give
Yes,
us
sir.
your info one more time, brother?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, look, see,
Hey, Colin.
sir.
What's up, young king? He's the first child. Is he the first child to make the
Yes,
show?
yeah. There you go. All
Yeah,
right,
we
son.
don't even let kids on the show. You the first one, young king. Nah.
But Colin got to know what his dad is doing. He like, you in this car. I need to know you all right. What's happening?
Hold on, son. I'm sorry. Ask
He can
mommy, son.
speak. He's a king.
He's asking if he can have Wendy's, and I'm trying to pay attention to y'all.
He don't need
Yeah,
the square burgers.
no, listen. My son. All right, for everybody out there, if you go to Speak to Your Vision on YouTube, that's my YouTube channel. I think in my not my last video, but my video before last, you'll see. Hold on, son. You'll see my son in a video where I ask him to challenge people to do something that they're scared of. And then also he was on an episode of Candid Conversations with Chris. So he's starting to be he he's how can I put it? I'm starting to expose him more to what I do because what him and myself and his mom is trying to do is to create him a YouTube channel to start letting him see what it is and how it is to be an entrepreneur, the different things that we do because she owns her own business as well. She's a published author as well, and she helped me to publish my book. So we're trying to show him the different avenues and different ways there is to make money, and also to be self-sufficient and to understand different handles, so to speak, is CR_Timberlake on Instagram, CR_Timberlake on TikTok, my website, speakandseek.com. What else? My YouTube channel, Speak to Your Vision. And on my YouTube channel, I ask anybody to go on there, check out my videos, share my videos, even if you don't want to subscribe, but I ask people to subscribe. But if you don't want to, please share my videos, because my videos are inspiration, motivational. With my son, they're funny. So I try, as I always say in my videos, I give authenticity. And when I speak, I speak through experience. I don't speak through what ifs and stuff like that. I speak through experience. So that's really it. But my thing is just uplifting our youth, uplifting our community all together. If it's male or female, it doesn't matter, because one thing that we don't do is we don't keep each other uplifted. And that's a goal of mine. I'm not even, the money will come, but when you're doing something that you enjoy to do, the money will come as I say as a backup.
Listen, shout out to you and the young king that you raising. Um, as a man with two big head boys out here and still learning, still growing,
Always.
still trying to get it right. It's dope to see that you're leading your son into to self sufficiency, like to
Yes.
be able to know how to take care of myself. Because I mean, this is a crazy segue, but uh, when the lights come out is our first show on Thursday, but it's based on when the lights go out from sports. Are you able to transition into society, into the real world? When the lights go out in one
Right.
job, are you able to transition into another job? When the lights go out at school, are you able to move on to another part of life? So when the lights go out, it's going to seem like a sports show, and it's going to be heavy sports, but it's going to be a lot of learning in this show based on when the lights go out. Like, are you able to pick up the
Mm.
pieces to keep moving on? Because a lot of our people, and what's up, Luch? I appreciate you checking in, my brother. That's another Rutgers guy. A lot of us, we learn the sport and we think that's it. That's why we'll hear news pundits and analysts say, just shut up and dribble, because they think
Mm.
that's all we
Mm.
are. And
Exactly.
I know for a fact, what's up, my brother Ray Shar? My boys is checking in today, and I know for a fact that I'm so much more than a football player or a basketball player. And
Absolutely.
but in the hood, in the situations we live in, you don't get shown how to be a doctor and an engineer and a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You get
Facts.
shown, and rest in peace to Dex Poindexter. Michael Paul had put it up there. One of our OGs had passed away from cancer, and it took
Mm.
him really fast. And him and Michael Paul were really close. And he was one of the reasons why I played ball. Marcus Berkeley, he was one of the reasons why we were all out there, because Dex was, I mean, he was a huge man. He looked invincible, huge, big. So to see somebody lose their life and they just so small and so weak and so
Mm.
frail, that was touching, man. But we are all so much more than where you are right now. I don't care about that job. What is it? What are you doing for you and yours? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to show the inner you? Not some sport that you're doing, not a basketball, not a jump shot. That's fine. And I loved it. But I always was on the search for, who am I?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What do I really bring to the table? Yeah, I can catch the football. Yeah, I can shoot a basketball. What can you do for your people? What can you do for somebody like Marcus Berkeley was my younger brother? So what can I leave that he could lean on and help somebody under him? You know what I'm saying? That's what this thing is about. It's about taking the youngins like Chris and showing them a way, blueprinting the path. And then when they get close enough and they right there in front of that swimming pool, they can hit the diving board and leap. That's what it's about. Being able to take what Chris put out there for him and fly from it, man. And that's
Absolutely.
what all of this is about, man. I also since we promoting books, I want everybody to go get their copy. I definitely want y'all to go get Mary's book. Y'all gotta. Can you please bring me in big, please?
Oh my, I apologize.
Yeah, let's go,
Sorry.
man. I was gonna do it myself, but
And
come
I
on,
seen
man.
that too earlier, Mary.
Can't
What I
tell me
do?
nothing.
You keeping secrets. You don't even say that you had a book out.
Oh yeah, we've been promoting this thing for about 4 weeks now, Chris.
Actually, longer than that. But Chris, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
what the man? I got a few
That's
choice
because you don't
words
check
for you,
on me.
Mary.
Yep.
I have a few choice words for you when we get off here.
All right,
My
green
crown
room.
speak. Mary E. May. Go support. Go support. Go support. Go support our guests. He's doing big things. Motivational speaker, innovator, content creator, builder. Go check out brother Chris. He got a book for you. Um, Mary, put his stuff up for me one more time, please.
I truly
Sure.
appreciate y'all,
At the
and
bottom, you see Chocolate Crown, you see Cash Apps for Butterfly Love and Delrico Fletcher. Support the channel, support YouTube, support the Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because
absolutely
nothing free, man. And
no.
every 2 cent, every penny helps, man.
Yep.
Every penny helps.
And,
But
and
go support, man. Go support, go support, go support. Um,
So,
oh
Chris,
yeah.
I got that one with two in the wind as well, like you said.
Yeah.
I got one on leadership, dealing with leadership, gender, and racism, and then another one that's on couples playbook, like more communication playbook.
mm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I got a few choice words for you, but I'm
It's
gonna leave that.
okay. It's love. Those words is coming from love.
You already know. I've known you for how long?
It's a million years.
It
Since
feels that
about
way.
2010, probably.
Yeah, yeah. It feels that way. So at the end of the day, I love you no matter what. I support you, and I as me. That's one thing. That's another thing I'm also working on is just checking on people that I've known for a while, and even if it's just to say, "Hey, how you doing? You still living?" Because nowadays anything can happen. You leave your house, anything can happen. So
Right.
that's one thing that I am working
Anything.
on, and even the people that I like currently have met, like even Del Rico, like I want to connect with Del Rico, and with that relationship, it's like, all right, if we don't talk every week, it's like, yo, you good, everything straight, you need to talk, because as men we don't support one another enough to where as though we can say to each other like, yo, I'm here if you need to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
women, y'all have just, I always use this analogy. In the supermarket, we can go in the supermarket, and for women, y'all have a whole aisle, both sides with feminine products, or half an aisle, both sides with feminine products.
With a whole bunch
Us,
of brands.
exactly. Us, all we got is what? Deodorant, body wash. We got our two little shelves, and that's it. But as men, I think that's one thing that we need to do, and that's what I'm growing to do is check on my brethren, because at the end of the day, we can uplift each other, and we go through pretty much the same things. And I can't go to a female and say, "Hey, I'm going through this." Some stuff I might be able to, but men stuff I can't do that. And our men counterparts, we need to keep each other accountable. And even though I don't know brother Marcus that's on here, but I'm gonna say even Marcus, we got to keep each other accountable for the things that we do and how we operate.
Now listen, that's and over the me, it's crazy you said that because I had to reach out to one of my old heads over the week, and I had to tell him sort of the same thing. Listen, man, it's nothing to reach out, man. Ain't nobody that cool that you can't call somebody to just check on them, make sure they all right, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we all of that is about breaking the cycle, man. All of that is about you ain't got to be too tough, too hard. Yo, bro, you good? All right, man. I love you. I holler at you. Peace. Be safe. Like
Mm-hmm.
that. Don't like, and it goes for miles, man. We'll be like, man, the homie checked on me today, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel all right, man. One of
It
my
could change the
homeboys
whole energy.
yeah, one of my
Exactly.
homeboys from college. If I get on the phone with one of my homeboys from college, oh man, I'm breaking a sweat. I'm turned up. I'm like, yo, I
Yo,
needed to plug
listen.
in like that. When I called Mark, Me and Mark last night laughed. Like, yo, let me holler at you. Let me tell you something real fast. And so that's good to have those kind of people to check in with, man. Like that's
Absolutely.
invaluable. You know what I'm saying? Like we got
Yeah,
to
for
keep that
sure.
up. What I will say, every Sunday, Mary ain't gonna like this, but this show is coming to an end, people. I'm looking at Mary's face.
Whatever.
She just got a blank stare.
Every Sunday, listen, I want to
I
shout
got
out
my
Chris.
therapist poker face on.
Hey, Chris, I want to thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your time.
I
Um,
appreciate y'all.
because I know
Oh, you
how
just mean
important.
this episode. Like the clock on the hour says it's time for us to retire. Thank you for watching us. Catch us on the replay. Like, subscribe. Catch us every Sundays at 8:00. That's what you meant.
That's what I was gonna say, but you did it. Yeah, yeah. We
What,
out of
long
here.
as we touching and agreeing on the same page in the same chapter, okay.
Nah, we got.
I mean, and Colin is in the car. He like, yo, I don't care what y'all talking about. I need my
I
square
need my
burger
Wendy's,
with
man.
some
I don't
cheese
care
and
this.
some
Yeah.
nuggets.
But no,
No,
listen,
he is just nuggets and fries for him.
Okay.
listen.
Can I comment on one of the comments?
Yes.
So Jaja is another like probably 30-year friend because we went to undergrad together. And he says that we need to normalize saying I love you to our brothers.
Man, hey, Ja. I don't know you, brother, but listen,
And
I
actually you do,
apologize.
because he was at the office for that event you said to do, and he's one of the people saying to do it again.
Okay, Jaja, I'm gonna just say this. God damn, I appreciate you for saying that, because we have literally stopped saying, like, my son. Sometimes I kiss on my son, I hug him a lot, and it's not because it's something that he did and I want him to know that I apologize for it or whatever, but I tell him I love him. This is what we need to do with our kids, because half these damn kids out here nowadays don't know what love is. They don't see or understand what love is from a female, from a male, from an uncle, from an aunt. They don't know that. And Jaja, I appreciate you, brother, for even bringing that up, because the word "I love you" does not mean that you have to say it only to a female. You can
Or
say
to
it.
someone who you are intimate with.
We're going.
I know, son. I'll be right there.
In
Okay.
that in a different way.
Exactly. Like it. Yo.
If you rewind back and listen to a lot of these episodes when we ended, I close it out by saying I love everybody. Kings and queens, I love you. And it's power to that, man. We've called each other niggas and bitches and everything else for so long. Like we've called the most degrading names to each other for so long, man. There ain't
Yes.
nothing wrong with saying I love you. Me and Marcus in every conversation with that. And that's been for a long time. Because I actually really love that brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing fake about that, man. Like, if they was like, you got to give up one of them you got to give up a kidney or something, a lung, my brother good, man. I'm giving it up, man. But that's very powerful, man. And to hear men say that, that's dope, man. That's we breaking the cycle, because just like you, I tell my son probably 50 times a day, I love him and I kiss him and I let him know. You know what I'm saying? I want you to feel this, boy, because this is real. So we're gonna keep doing that, man. Chris, we're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna keep building better men and better people. Chocolate Crown, we appreciate you. Every Sundays, tell a friend to tell a friend. Every Sundays, 8 p.m. Check us out. But segue, 8 p.m. Thursday, first show. When the lights go out. Myself, Delrigo Fletcher Sr., Marcus Berkeley Sr. We got a sports podcast. We're going to talk about the impact, positively and negatively, of sports on the community. How is it shaping our people? Why is it that our people need to
Oh.
be more than just athletes, more than just football player, more than just a basketball player? Because when that's done, life continues. So we're gonna prep these youngins, we're gonna prep these young ladies while they playing this sport to really find out and be who they really are, and focus on their gifts and talents. So tune in Thursday, 8 p.m. But until next Sunday.
I got a question. Is it
Yes, sir.
is your podcast, is it going to be streamed on on
StreamYard.
YouTube? Okay, StreamYard. Okay.
Yeah, StreamYard for right now, but we will go on. We will be on YouTube. Don't worry about that. That's going. Got to go to YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Somebody said, "Can't wait for Thursday. Let's go."
Yes,
but no,
Thursday.
I'm gonna reach out to you so I can get that info, so I can get on StreamYard and check out your podcast for sure.
Yo, I appreciate you, Chris. There's no doubt,
problem.
man. Listen, Chocolate Crown, as always, episode 30 was a beast because of our guests up in the throne chilling. We thank Chris. We thank the co-host Mary, as always. Go support, go support, go support. Go watch the past episodes. Go support doctors. Go support Nick. Go support everybody. Chaz, Height Apparel, everybody who's come on, Malika, everybody who's come on here. Go support them. Go support them. Go support them. Until
and
next
I know
Sunday.
the bunny from Froggy T said, "Happy holidays, everybody." They checked in throughout the time that we've been on. So
Yeah,
Froggy
happy
T, which is our first guest. Yes.
Everybody, man, be safe, man. Enjoy your evening,
That
man.
sounds like homework.
And I'll see you next Sunday.
Yes. Thank you
Chocolate
for the
Crown.
love.
I'm
Thank you
tune
for
in
the
next
time.
Sunday.
All right. See you then. Be
All
safe
right,
in the
y'all.
meanwhile.
I appreciate y'all. You too.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.